welcome back to the Smoke and Buzz Network. This is the Wake and Bake Podcast. I'm your host with the Smoke, New Jersey Cream, joined as always by my right hand and co-host, Jay Will. What's the deal, good brother?
What's going on, man? What's going on, Wake and Bake family, man? Wake your asses up.
Get the fuck up.
Get the hell up, man. Yeah.
We out here this morning. Bro, first of all, how you feeling? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm feeling cool, man. You know, we over here, on the East Coast, man. So, you got a big storm coming, supposedly, man. So, off top, man, if you're going to be out on them roads, man, please be safe, people, man. Make sure, you're shuffling yards right away in front of your steps. I mean, have the old people slipping and all that, man. Get up off your asses, I mean.
You don't want the young people slipping either. Shit, you need them.
I mean, yeah, right. we know out there with bro, slavery is alive and well.
Hell yeah, you already know.
It's alive and well. No, I mean, but yeah, man, everybody hopefully be careful out there, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully I got everything up. I know I didn't get everything I needed, but I'm sure we're gonna talk about that in a minute.
And speaking of which, right? So before I get into how I was doing and all that shit, right? One thing I do want to say to you guys is appreciate all the support that you guys been showing to the channel, to the pod, to everything that we're doing over here. Appreciate you guys. Another thing is we do have merch out, and if I must say so myself, the shit is fire. You know what I'm saying? This shit is fire. You know what I'm saying? We got some 90s shit going on. We got a little 90s collection that we just started. You guys go over there and check it out on some real shit. I have the link in the comments a little bit later on and shit. Hey, good morning. That's what I'm talking about. And we got a good person over here. Who's that, Caitlin? If I'm Caitlin, if I'm saying your name right, you know your boy can't read. But
hey, what's going on? Good morning.
Right. But we over here. Appreciate you waking up with us this morning. Roll up for your boy one time. I ain't even got nothing this morning. This shit. I wasn't prepared.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, like I said, we got merch. I'll put the link in the comments relatively soon, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. But let me get on to what I really wanted to talk about first and foremost, right? So, my wife, my mother-in-law, my daughter, they was all out yesterday. They were shopping in the stores for said storm that's about to hit that Jay Will was just talking about, right? And, for one, I just want to say it's been cold as shit, and that's, you know what I'm saying, it's cold as shit. Before the storm even here, it's cold as shit. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, boy, I just had to go outside maybe about an hour ago. When I first woke up, I was just like, ooh. I said, Jack Frost spinning the block out there, y'all. Like, be careful.
When I saw the fucking joint this morning, they said if you stand out there for 25 minutes, your skin can freeze. I'm like, oh, nah.
Boy.
Nah. So the whole purpose is they out there shopping and shit to send me a picture of everything in Walmart basically going. And my issue with you motherfuckers is, why do y'all act like that every time a storm comes? It don't matter if it's a snowstorm, a rainstorm, a windstorm, a dust storm, whatever fucking storm comes, y'all act like it's the goddamn apocalypse. And y'all go buy all the shit that was spoiled in 3 days when your power go out. Why the fuck? Hold on.
I'm about to say, stop the beat.
Hold on. Because I don't think y'all niggas understand me when I say what I say. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Why would y'all be out here buying? First of all, milk is going to go bad. I mean, it is cold, so I guess you could throw it out in the snow and it'd be straight or whatnot. Milk is going to go bad, though. You know what I'm saying? As soon as the power go out, that bitch is going. Bread ain't going to last but too long unless it's frozen. And I can understand that you guys putting it outside. But if you put it outside, that shit is risk for theft. And I ain't even just talking about people. Animals are still out there trying to survive in these goddamn elements. But y'all go in these motherfucking stores and y'all buy every goddamn thing. It's not that much toilet paper in the fucking world that you need.
Yeah.
But you better go TP somebody's fucking house? Like, what are y'all niggas really doing out here panicking this bad when it comes to a fucking snowstorm? Man, I understand this is supposed to be the biggest snowstorm and ice storm and all that shit that we had since, 96? You know what I'm saying? When we was like babies and shit. But come on, bro. Even then, I remember that's one of my core memories. That was like one of the funnest times of my life. And I don't remember my mama ever having to panic the way y'all niggas panic when it comes to these fucking groceries and shit, bro. Y'all got it. And you know what the main thing is bothering me? The generators is filled. The fucking generators, where the generators at in Walmart is fucking filled. Y'all ain't even touch a goddamn generator. Y'all buying all this goddamn food and your power gonna go out, and what you gonna do with it? I can't with niggas, bro. I can't with niggas, bro. And then we try to find some steakums. You know what I'm saying? We try to find some motherfucking steakums. Oh, we ain't got now. I used to work at Walmart. I know the scam, bro. You know what I'm saying? I understand the schemes and the scams around how they move there. So when they say they ain't got no shit, that means I ain't got no time to be going to look for you. You know what I'm saying?
All right, appreciate that, brother. Shit. I was out there in them stores too yesterday, so I had little. Now, but nah, bro, a lot of that, man, I be feeling like we just be out there just taking stuff, just taking as much as we can carry. Sometimes, whether intentionally or non-intentionally, just for the next person won't get. Like, come on, people, let's be courteous.
Right.
First off, it's snow. I swear to God, if you boil a pot of water and throw it on snow, it will melt.
I'm pretty sure it would.
Now, it may turn into ice in the lower temperatures, but throw some salt down and then shovel it in the morning. Like, people acting like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what y'all think outside. Like, it's just snow.
They're thinking we about to hit an ice age.
Man,
that's some shit about to really pop off. And like I said, if we getting 14, 16, 18 inches, that's cool. But that shit do eventually melt. And they do have, you know what I'm saying, city and state workers for this particular reason alone, you know, to help clear the roads and shit like that. Now, your neighborhoods might not be clear. You know how it is. You know what I'm saying? You might have to shovel. Yeah, you might have to shovel your way out the neighborhoods and shit. But the main roads will be clear, you know, probably not right away, but you know, that's the main focus is the main roads and shit.
Yeah, they preparing to sit up in the crib and this is where everybody New Year's workout thing is gonna fall off. And here come the babies. See, that's what they fitting to be doing. We gotta tell the truth. They listen, we ain't going.
We're gonna have a lot of September babies this year. A lot of September babies this year and shit. September and October babies. And shit, because y'all motherfuckers be panicking too quick, bro. That shit is annoying. Listen, let me look, because y'all really be pissing me off. You know, I'm put the music back on, but y'all be pissing me off and shit because there's no reason why for y'all to panic that bad when it comes to a snowstorm, when it comes to any type of snow. Listen, unless it's apocalyptic, calm the fuck down. You know, calm the fuck down. It's the East Coast. We gonna get snow. The most snow that we had in a long time, but we're gonna get it. Be prepared for it. How you think the motherfuckers up north feel? The motherfuckers in Buffalo and all that shit feel like
by the Great Lakes, Michigan, Illinois,
right. Yeah. Midwest motherfuckers is buying all that water and shit. How you think they feel? They look at us like stop bitching. Get your shit together, you know. But like, bro, that was my little we'll grind my gears session. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, really, back to regular schedule programming.
So yeah, the final four of the NFL playoffs is up this week, aka the conference championship game.
Here we go, final four, baby.
Because we're both representing the NFC, we're going to talk about that first. You know, and the NFC championship game is the Los Angeles Rams going to visit the Seattle Seahawks. Basically, NFC West divisional showdown in January. You know what I'm saying? That's all that shit is the AFC Invitational to take away from the Arrowhead Invitational that we won't be having this year for the first time in 5 years or some shit like that.
It's the the best conference. I mean, the best division in the NFC, maybe in the whole NFL. That NFC West, y'all know how it gets.
You definitely got an argument for in the whole NFL.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? So it's going to be you want me to
talk your shit.
Yeah. So my Rams, we definitely here. We in this against Seattle. It's going to be a tough game though. I honestly feel the winner of this game wins the bowl.
No doubt.
I really do feel that.
I think the better team is definitely coming out the NFC. But go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. So it's going to be a close one. I know in the regular season, both games were really close. It went down to the wire. So it's going to be a good one, man. Of course, I'm a Rams fan. I'm riding with my guys to the end for the most part. I do think we have an edge. Well, first off, I think we have an edge at the quarterback position. I think we have the MVP.
That's not a thought. That's a fact.
Yeah. I do think we have the coaching edge as well. You know what I mean?
That's also a fact.
You know what I mean? So I think we're gonna be all right. I think even from a wide receivers perspective, I feel we have the edge there as well. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to JSN. I mean, he's a Seahawk, but that boy is nasty.
Nah, he get busy.
That boy is nasty.
He definitely might be offensive player of the year this year.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But
that's it.
When it comes to the Seahawks and the Rams, one thing we do know is it's a divisional matchup, so they're going to play each other really close, really tight throughout. I think the common denominator and the difference makers will be the quarterbacks and how they take care of the ball. And both of those games against the Rams, Sam Darnold had like a total of 8 fucking interceptions or some shit like that.
Yeah,
so it's like yeah, anywhere between 6 and 8. And if he turns the ball over at that clip in this game, they lose. This is not a regular season game where you can do that and still possibly win or even be in the game. I think if he turns the ball over at the clip that he did, I think it was maybe that first or second game where he had 4 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
If he does that, if he come out like that, because there's a big possibility that he will. Remember his last playoff game, I think he had like 5 turnovers. So it's a big possibility that Sam Darnold comes out and shit the bed per usual when it comes to big games in our playoff moments.
Yeah,
I think the most important thing for the Rams is your passing defense. And it also comes from getting pressure on Sam Darnold. Get pressure on Sam Darnold, that stops a lot of what Jackson Smith wants to do. But if you don't, and you have to hold up on the back end, I think that's where Seattle can get the Rams. You know what I'm saying? If they can't get that pass rush going, if they can't get the pressure on Sam Darnold, and they have to just cover, I think Seattle has a good chance of winning that game if that's the case. But that's a big but, no diddy. But
you're 100% correct. I mean, much as I want my guys to win, we know we do have to fix some things, especially on our back end. I feel like you said that's really going to be the key. I mean, the back end, the front end, it kind of really works as one, right? We speed up the quarterback's clock. We throw them off schedule, off those timing routes. Our DBs have opportunities to make plays. Will be there. So it really just comes to our front, man. Which at times, for me personally, as a Ram fan, so far in the playoffs have been kind of inconsistent towards the end. And towards the middle of the season, we started off really good, getting after the quarterback. At one point, Byron Young led the league in sacks. At some point, it kind of just fell off. He didn't really get as much penetration. Pause. So we just gave him and my man Verse. They gotta find a way to mix up some blitz packages, get it going. Because Chris Schuler's gonna have to dial it up. Especially he should want to give his best look, because obviously with all these head coaching vacancies and that are still vacant,
that's a fact.
I'm sure they're waiting on some of these coordinators that are actually in the playoffs.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? So
except for Josh McDaniels.
Oh yeah, we understand it. That ain't his thing. But yeah, I think Chris Schuler, and I think Schuler is someone who I think a lot of teams are looking at.
Going to look at, no doubt.
Yeah, so I think he should dial it up, find a way to make. One thing I ask is when we get into those nickel packages, I love all the Rams players, but if we can use. We have no Quentin Late back. We have Cam Curl. We have Cam Kitchens. Let's find a way if we can work Cam Curl, who's probably our most physical DB as far as tackling and helping in run support. Move him up into that linebacker spot in that nickel. Let him play next to him.
Let him play down in the box a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the one thing I ask. I feel like it kind of at least protects us a little bit with those tight ends and in coverage. So because he is quick enough, he has the hips to move around, and that's the one thing I would ask. I think he's physical enough to even help in the run. So that's just me. Everybody has to really move. One beat, one sound. Man, y'all gotta get to that ball.
So this is your third matchup this year. Y'all split the first two, correct?
Yes. We got the first one at Seattle, and then they came to SoFi and beat us.
Okay. So with that being said, then it's like y'all have experience going to Seattle and winning in Seattle. How do you think this game turns out from the perspective of this is the third game, and you know what I'm saying, that y'all guys have a matchup in? And the first 2 games was tightly contested. So how you think this game turns out?
Well, regardless of what happened in the first 2 games, whether it was the loss or the win, it helps us none, right? Because this is playoff football. Seattle, from the beginning of the season, obviously to now, they are who they thought they were.
Right.
That 12th man, even though we beat them in Seattle and that was a tough game, that 12th man is going to be out of control. It's the NFC Championship. This is the game to go to the big game.
Oh hell yeah!
I don't even know if there's a sound that, as far as like imitating in practice, that they're going to be that scale is going to be through the fucking roof. So it really is. Hopefully, we put something.
That's the only thing.
Like
that's the only thing.
Penalties. That's what I'm worried about. Is the penalties, the false starts. Guys not looking at the ball on defense, encroachment. We have to really my bad. Yeah, we just pretty much just have to again, pretty much what Preem said about not turning the ball over. It's the same thing. Whoever makes the least amount of mistakes, right? We have to stop them from converting on those later downs, those third and fourth downs, and not give them as many chances. So it's really up to the Rams or even Seattle. Whatever team does the better job of that will be punching a ticket to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a fact. I think that the front seven is probably going to matter the most in this game. And Seattle front seven is really damn good. They get busy. Their defensive line get busy. Their linebackers get busy. Like especially when it comes to getting pressure. And Matt Stafford knows that firsthand. They got a former Cowboy that's going to be in the NFC Championship game the moment he leaves the Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to
DeMarcus. Boy, we're talking about things aging well.
Aging too well. This motherfucker said, I never won a Super Bowl in Dallas. And everybody, including myself, like, nigga, you ain't going to win no Super Bowl, motherfucker.
Micah apologized, Micah. Apparently, he a little longer, Micah.
Facts.
Apologized. He understood.
Facts. And it shows that he was still a damn good player. It's just the way that Dallas was using him only in the run game didn't allow him to actually show how good he was and pass as a pass rusher. But
and real quick, Ram fans, I want you guys, and I'm speaking only to us Ram fans. I need us to, JSN, we have to watch him, but it is a division and people are petty. Watch Cooper Kupp. They're going to try to implement him into this game more than they ever did all season.
Of course.
They're going to do it. I'm telling you. Because
I think the best way for the Rams and the Seahawks to win, I think the best way for these guys to win is to run that motherfucking rap. If you able to run the ball and be able, because both of these teams love to throw off the play action. Seattle a little bit more than the Rams. But if you're able to get that running game going, it opens up so much more for play action and the deep ball. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the weather going to be like in Seattle. I'm pretty sure it's going to be somewhere between cold and windy, or somewhere between wet, rain, you know what I'm saying? Rain and cold and shit.
And if hopefully I'm pronouncing this name, but my bad, Zach Charbonnet, the running back for Seattle.
Yeah, Charbonnet, yeah.
He is out for the remainder of the season.
Oh, I ain't know that.
Yeah, so just to put that out there, that was breaking news.
You got a big physical back like Kenneth Walker.
He's their first back, but Charbonnet's the bigger back.
Oh yeah.
So he's out for the season. So that was really the only two guys they used all year. So a lot of that does fall on Kenneth Walker now. So let that be something to us. We still have our two backs, so let's use them.
And that's the thing though. Like that's the only thing. Just use that running game. The running game matters more and more. The closer you get to the Super Bowl, the more you should be running the ball, in my opinion.
I've been screaming it all year. Run the ball.
Facts.
Because at times when we fell in trouble, it's because we got too infatuated with the pass game. And a lot of times in our wins and our losses, if you look at yards per carry, our running backs have done an amazing job. Kyron Williams, Blake Corum actually really came into himself this year. Right. I was waiting for it because I understand. I watched him at Michigan. He was a hell of a running back. I thought he was a steal pick for us a couple years ago. Because he was there when they won that national championship.
Right.
So, he really came into himself. He got a lot of carries this year. So, again, let's just use those guys, man. Let's use those guys and not too carried away. Again, man, my dark horse in this is going to be Devontae Adams because he wasn't there the second game when we lost. The first game he had one catch for 1 yard and one touchdown, but we won. Right, in that red zone, he is a hard cover. So I think we have to get him. We have all of our weapons. We have Tyler Higbee this time around. We are fully stocked with our weapons. Let's use them. Let's put the pressure on that defense. And in turn, let's put the pressure on Sam Darnold to have to go out there and make a play.
And with that being said, Who you got in this game, Jay?
Well, I'm going to take Seattle. I'm taking the Rams, man. I'm taking the Rams, bro.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead with the Rams. I don't like being wrong. I would have picked Seattle just for the sake, you know what I'm saying, just to have, that back and forth. But I don't like being wrong, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Rams also.
Yeah, I'm jumping off the cliff with my boys. I got a reason. I'm going down with the.
I just think that when we go in totality, you know what I'm saying, bar for bar, position for position, whatever how you want to put it, I think the Rams is the better team. And if people say they're close and everything else, they're not close in coaching, and I think that's where it matters the most in these type of games and shit.
And not to mention, and not to kind of even just take it over X and O's and just that aspect of football, but in sports in general, when we get to this point, the Final Fours leading into the Super Bowl, pretty much even more in the Super Bowl, what it comes down to me, is the guys who are, as Cam Newton would say, you're a game manager or you're a game changer.
Right.
We need guys who are going to be special. The guys who really count in these games are special when they need to be.
Yes.
In 2021, in the actual big game, we needed our best player, who was Aaron Donald, to be special. And right at the moment where we needed him to be special, he was that.
Yes.
And mind you, in that same game, before he got the opportunity, somebody else was very special too. Two individuals. Yes. One of them was on the Seattle sideline, Cooper Kupp, and the other one was Matthew Stafford. And Matthew Stafford has been special all goddamn year.
MVP.
So that's another thing I feel like we have the edge on. Who's been here? Who's gonna know how to keep a cool head when the pressure, when it's at its highest? When you gotta push those chips to the middle of the table.
Yeah, because the players that you have on your team, and I'm talking about Seattle, the only player that really experienced something like this is probably Cooper Kupp. Everyone else this is new to them. You know what I'm saying? Even motherfucker like DeMarcus Lawrence, he been in the league for a long time, but this is his first time ever being in an NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
So this is relatively new to a lot of the people on Seattle's sideline, and for the Rams, it's like y'all should know, you know what I'm saying, how to conduct yourself after, you know what I'm saying, being in this position so many other times. That shit.
McVay, to me, I think one of the best hires that the Rams has had in a very long time. This man's come in and changed the whole culture. Since day one, he stepped in there. He made us a playoff contender. He might have missed the playoffs one time, and he's in his 9th season. He's done an amazing job.
And his coaching tree is crazy.
Crazy. He got guys who've been to the Super Bowl. He played one of his guys' proteges in the bowl.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? I mean, the guy is 2-0 in NFC Championship games, 1-1 in the Super Bowl. So he's been here. He knows what's at stake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good game. I think the fact that it's a divisional game is going to make it even more of a, you know what I'm saying, a game to watch. It's going to be tightly contested. It's going to be physical in a motherfucker, and I'm here for it. Then we got the other game of the week.
AFC side.
The AFC Championship game, where we got the New England Patriots traveling to Denver and to play a shorthanded Denver Bronco team, man. Honestly, it's kind of bittersweet to see Denver make it to the AFC Championship game without their quarterback. A lot of people was calling Nick Foles. Oh, Jared, first of all. Hold on.
Oh, no, don't do it.
Jared Stidham is not Nick Foles. I just want you guys to know that. Jared Stidham is Jared Stidham, a motherfucker that hasn't played in 2 years. That's who Jared Stidham is. He's not about to come in, because people tend to forget in that game. I mean, in that season that Nick Foles came in and played for the Eagles, he got the chance to play 3 regular season games and then the 4 playoff games. So it wasn't just like he came in for one game and then it was the Super Bowl, or he took him to the Super Bowl. The Eagles injured Carson Wentz in week 13. Nick Foles, this is when we had a 16 game, you know what I'm saying, a 16 game season. Nick Foles came in and finished those 3 games and then was able to play. So he had 7 games basically. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 7 games that he was able, because I don't know if they was the number 1 seed that year. So let's say he had 6 games if they was the number 1 seed, because he had a bye and shit, right? So he had 6 games to play to get in a rhythm, to get chemistry with his receivers, and all that good shit that you would need as a quarterback. Not coming in your biggest game of your fucking season and shit now. I understand, and this probably might be your perspective on it. The Denver Broncos defense is good enough to have Jarrett Stidham as their quarterback. I beg to differ. Okay, good. I'm glad you didn't come with that.
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm
about to say, I think that the Denver Broncos defense was just good enough for Bo Nix. I think it was just good enough for Bo Nix. The only difference is Bo Nix would show up in the fourth quarter and shit. I don't think that Jarrett Stidham. I don't think that Jarrett Stidham. You want listen. You want Jarrett Stidham to be exactly the opposite of what Cam Newton was talking about. You want him to be the game manager. You want him to come out here and not fuck shit up. You want him to come out here and hopefully your running game could carry. Young boy Harvey and all the other guys that y'all got on that Russian team can come out there and carry him. You don't want him dropping back. Hell, I don't want Jarrett Stidham dropping back more than 20 times. If he dropped back 20 times, I'm already in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But if he drops back more than 20 times, then we're not going to win this game. You're playing against a well-coached, well-rounded Patriot team that can score on offense in many ways. They're really good, deep, like a really good, consistent running team. They're really good at passing the ball deep, short, and intermediate. And they got a damn good defense and shit. So this might be one of those games that end 9-3 or 9-6 and shit like that. Because I'm not going to shit on Denver's defense. Denver's defense is the best defense left in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's technically, only the second best defense in the league by 1 point. You know what I'm saying? Only they lost the defensive the best defense in the league to Houston by 1 fucking point. You know what I'm saying? I think they gave up 16 points and Houston gave up 15. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you going like the Patriots is going against the best defense left that you can face. I just don't think that's enough, bro. I've been saying, look, and I felt like this if Bo Nix was here. I'm even more sure of it now that he's not. That the defense is not good enough to carry them all the way to the Super Bowl. Like it's good enough to carry them all the way to the AFC Championship game because we watched it. We've seen it happen. It's not good enough to carry them all the way to the Super Bowl. And I think this even like, and if they do go to the Super Bowl with Jarrett Stidham, then this is an all-time defense. This got to be considered. You got to put this defense in the fucking history books if they able to get to the Super Bowl with Jarrett Stidham. I ain't even talking about the Patriots yet. I just want to stick on that side. What you think?
Well, I mean, see, I have an opinion about the whole thing, so I'm just going to spill. Boy, oh boy, is this not what goddamn storylines are made of here? So you and me know because you said something, and early in the season, I made a prediction that I felt the Broncos would be in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Boy, Bo Nix going down. If that didn't just that just kind of messed it all up.
Threw a whole wrench in your shit.
Whole freaking wrench. Whole wrench. Now, while this game is going to be awesome, it's very entertaining because now again we have to look at who has the upper hand and who has the advantages. And as much as everyone with the Patriots, we give a lot of it to because don't get me wrong, Drake May has been phenomenal this year.
Not in the playoffs.
But to me, the proven factor, right? The proven factor to me for that team, and sometimes we give credit to people who we shouldn't, but sometimes we don't give it to who. Mike Vrabel has been the most important part of the Patriots.
Without a doubt. I completely agree.
What he has done is do something maybe very close to what Tom and Bill Belichick has. Of course, with the assistance of, I'm sure people like McDaniels, is really try to bring that Patriot way. You know what I mean? Like he was able to change what they do.
And look like the Patriots. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So as he's doing something that he's somewhat familiar with, you got to go on the other side. And when you talk about Bo Nix and that defense, the most important part of that team is Sean Payton. And the only difference is trying to do something that is familiar versus doing something I've already done. And that's win a Super Bowl. He's the only guy. There's only two coaches in this whole playoff that's been there and actually won.
Yeah.
Both Seans have been there and won.
That's a fact.
So considering being negative 50 into the salary cap, he was able to take this team there.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Statham. I said Statham. Is that what I called him?
Statham.
You just seen? Smoking Budz Network. shop, fourthwall.com is where y'all can find the merch. So please go check that out. You know what I mean? It's fresh off the presses. You know, me and bro's been going back and forth with just ideas and
different designs and ideas. Facts.
Yes. So we excited, to get this to y'all, man. You know, it's so fresh. We don't even got the stuff on, but it will be coming. You guys will see us this year.
Y'all see that shit real soon. Facts.
So we just wanted to make sure, excited about it. Bro, been blowing my phone. I'm looking at the joints, but extremely happy with what we both been seeing, kind of bouncing ideas off each other, man. And
hell yeah,
it's really, really dope, man. So
and more to come too. Like we working on new designs every fucking day. So
hold on, y'all. Every day. Trust me, he is not lying to you. Every day. And I'm looking at the joints, like I'll be waiting for other beep, beep, beep. I said, I'm waiting on something else. I'm like, real quick. The last two designs, you got them right.
Yeah,
I didn't get to text you back. Yeah, you got those right. I mean, obviously, you guys probably won't know, but obviously, if you go on the site, you'll see everything that we're talking about, man. So I'm sure we'll put it up a couple more times before the pod's over.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I had to speak on that real fast. But going back to that, man, Jarrett Stidham, he is the question mark. So, right, he is. He is the question mark.
Shout out to Sadell from OPP, Opposing Perspective Podcast. This is what he said right here.
I guess but you know what, Sadell, you know what, man? I thought you was a smart brother, man. I guess that confirms it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sadell on the OPP podcast.
Shout out to him, for real.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know what I mean? And remember, I did say it was the Rams and the Broncos. That's what I said. I'm just saying the two teams are still there. Now, but I don't know if they're gonna make it, because I mean, Jarrett Stidham, that's to me, that's the question mark, right? Like
big ass question mark, the motherfucking Riddler question mark.
Boy, when you look on the other side, you see that boy May. That boy May been balling. He has been. I'm not gonna lie to you. He has been. He ain't the MVP, but balling nonetheless.
Yeah. Especially in the regular, like I said, he ain't been balling too much in the playoffs. But he's been doing enough to make sure that they win these games. And shout out to his receiver core, because they've been clutch as shit.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say it's good. Let me take that back. Let me not say it's good enough. But long as you get to see another day, and see another game to suit up, I mean, it's obviously good. Obviously you just want to be the last team standing. But so the only difference between him and Nick Foles though is the fact Nick Foles was a starter on multiple teams before he got to that Super Bowl run.
This motherfucker Carson Wentz went down, throwing 7 touchdowns in one game or some shit like that. Yeah, Nick Foles was actually a pretty decent player. Shit. But like this, he was the best person that you would have for a backup. You know what I'm saying? He was like the Ryan Fitzpatrick's, the best, like, you know what I'm saying, the best backup that you could possibly have at the moment. That shit.
Yeah, gotcha. So
he could win you 3 to 6 games, but that's pretty much where his cap is at. You know what I'm saying?
Now I do feel they can pass the ball with him. Yeah, I don't know if I'm pushing it down the field. Sometimes you got to just know. We already know what they're going to do. They're going to try to disguise coverages. They're going to want to bring pressure.
Of course.
I think it's like a chess match, man. You just have to anticipate that and say, okay, well, this is what they're going to do to you. So how can we counter it?
I mean, with Mike Vrabel coming from because I mean, I understand he wasn't under Belichick's tree, but we could say he was. You know what I'm saying? Because he got a lot of what's the word that I'm looking for? Similarities to Bill Belichick. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I feel confident in saying is they've taken away Courtland Sutton. You're gonna have to find somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to find somebody else to throw that bitch to. Like Courtland Sutton is not gonna be available this game. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where, as a team, you need somebody to step up, right? That's why I keep saying, like, sometimes it just matters. Like, people have to be. You kind of can't even play within yourself. You really do have to be special in these moments, because we've watched all 4 teams have enough team tape on each other to kind of have an idea of what they're going to do and where they're going to go. Mm-hmm. It's going to be certain third down, certain impossible downs where someone's going to have to make a play. You're going to have to be special at certain moments. So Stidham, they can still use him. It's just how you design the offense for him. You know what I mean? Like, put some screen plays, something quick where he's not back there to be feasted on. You know what I mean? 3-step drop, get rid of the ball. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Keep the defense off kilter is your best bet. I mean, if you see certain looks you like, roll the dice. You know what I mean? If you get a certain single coverage, hey, man, it's up to him just to place the ball correctly. So hopefully all week y'all been working on, making sure him consistently putting the ball.
I think we're going to get a lot of short passes, a lot of screen passes, a lot of quick passes. You know what I'm saying?
And hopefully that draws you up to the line of scrimmage where we can make a play and he can be effective.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, find some looks that we actually went over in practice. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure, again, neither team knows what they're doing. But if you just happen to fall into something that we like to do, fuck it. I mean, it's the biggest game. Roll the dice.
No doubt.
Take a chance at it. You know what I mean? Because that can be the difference.
Well, they say no risk it, no biscuit, right?
Yeah, hello. I'm just saying, man. So
not to completely pivot, right?
Okay.
But I want to talk about a person that faced the Broncos last week and shit. And one, Josh Allen, excuse me. Halen Steinfeld's husband. And shit. And, I don't I don't want to be the person that piles on top of a dead subject, basically, or a dead take, in my opinion, or overused take. But I really feel like the media does not give Josh Allen enough of the blame when this type of shit happens.
Oh, Lord, go ahead.
So one of the main things that I'm hearing, and I don't think that this is a good enough excuse, right? So one of the main excuses I'm hearing is, oh, well, they wouldn't have been there without him. Okay, the fuck? The fuck? Mm-hmm. Nobody would be there without their greatest player. The fuck is you talking about? I think that's a mute point. I think that's stupid as shit for people to say that a team wouldn't make it as far as they did without their best player. Duh.
Right.
The fuck? What the fuck? I'm pretty sure the Packers would have made it farther than what they made it if they had Micah Parsons on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you saying that type of shit, in my opinion, is fucking stupid. Is a cop out, because you would never give Lamar Jackson that guy. You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and say, at this point, I'm ranking goddamn Josh Allen behind Jalen Hurts.
What? Hold on.
I'm ranking Josh Allen behind you because every time we ask you to show up, you don't. When we ask Jalen Hurts to show up, what do you do? Won a fucking Super Bowl.
No, I can't agree with that though, bro.
That's me though. I'm not asking you to agree with it. I'm saying this is me. I'm ranking that nigga behind Jalen Hurts. It's not nothing that you can say that you've done better. Oh, I won games consistently, so have that nigga. And the playoffs, that nigga performs just as good, if not better than you. Now we're talking about just strictly playoff performances. If we talk about playoff performances, especially in the big games, Jalen Hurts has performed better than Josh Allen. When it mattered the most,
for differences, to me, it's funny. Like when I'll hear people like Cam Newton, and don't get me wrong, I do agree that Josh Allen could have did a better job, hands down. I will agree. He didn't play well. He turned the ball over 5 times.
Responsible for 45 turnovers.
Oh, no, it was. I think he threw like what? He fumbled once. He had 4 picks or something like that.
Nah, he had 2 interceptions and 2 forced fumbles, but he fumbled another time and they recovered it. You know what I'm saying?
But the only thing, what I will say with him is versus the Jalen Hurts situation, Jalen Hurts has an amazing team and things around him. Mm-hmm. Where in some ways Josh Allen has to be Superman in order to lift that team.
Well, all season, Josh Allen had an all-pro receiver, pretty damn decent tight end. A pretty damn good number 2 when Gabe Davis was actually playing. One of the top-ranked defenses in the league. This is 3 years ago when he had this shit. Mm-hmm. One of the top-ranked defenses in the league. He didn't do shit with it. And
who was he competing against at this time? Was it a guy named 15 that used to play down at Arrowhead? Kansas City?
Yeah, he also lost against Joe Burrow too. He also lost against the Titans.
Who also got supposedly one of the best receiving tandems in the league, right?
And my point is, you didn't have none of this shit to deal with in the playoffs this year.
No, you didn't. But when you look at the team that he has now, you like that team? Because I told you all year, one thing I always said was the Bills are an easy team, but a hard team. It all rounds one thing. You have to stop 17, but 17 isn't always an easy person to stop. And that's exactly what happened.
And then 17 to do fuck shit, like stop himself.
Yes, he does. But in a lot of times on what they've done, I just feel that Josh Allen does have to do a lot in order for that Bills team to work. Because I don't know too many quarterbacks. Because trust me, I wasn't always his biggest supporter because I felt like they would put certain things on Lamar Jackson and not on him. But you have to be a special quarterback to do what he has done, to some level. I don't think Jalen Hurts does the same thing.
I agree with that to a certain extent because how can you be special until it's time to be special and then you're not special? Like you could be special, Ed, all the time apparently because you're not out here when it matters. Now we got 8 years of fucking film to show when it matters the most. When it comes to Josh Allen, he didn't play Patrick Mahomes every time in the playoffs. He didn't play Joe Burrow every time in the playoffs.
Right. So
you had ample chances to get to this goddamn Super Bowl and you haven't. And the main thing is, and I hate to throw Jalen Hurts in here, right? Because my whole thing about the Jalen Hurts thing is I think that he got a little bit too much hate and their numbers is really similar. Now I can understand people saying, oh, well, Jalen Hurts has more weapons. His numbers shouldn't be similar. He should have better numbers and shit because he has better weapons and shit like that. But when it comes to Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, that's been my real pet peeve because I feel like Lamar Jackson is better in every aspect of football than Josh. Did I say Lamar or Josh?
No, I get what you're saying. I got you.
Yeah, I feel like Lamar is the better quarterback out of the two. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
I won't disagree with that.
The disrespect that he receives, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mark Andrews drops a pass, and they say, "Oh, a pass could have been placed better."
So this is the thing. I think
Josh Allen missed a wide open Dawson Knox going across the field, and they say, "Oh, that's a hard pass to make." Like, come on, bro, we can't keep doing this type shit.
Now, if you're asking me, if all things are equal, 17 games healthy, I do think Lamar has the edge over Josh Allen. To me. But what I will say is, and the reason I keep bringing Cam Newton up is because I do think some things are similar. Because in some ways, yes, I think, because me personally, I don't think the Bills team is that good. I think they haven't been ever good, really that good. Like, basically what I'm trying to say is, even when you're special, the team has to give you something, though. They have to give you something. Because, again, I just talked about, goddamn, my man Aaron Donald making a game-closing play in 2021 at the Super Bowl. But in order to get there, we also needed 9 and 10. And 10 was Cooper Kupp. I keep saying 10. Cooper Kupp was special that whole game. Double, triple covered. He's bringing the ball down. Stafford making the plays. You still do need your team, though. Now, you got to close. But who on that Bills team do you like? 4
turnovers is not helping your team.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I get that. That's
that turnover before halftime.
All right, go ahead. I'm going to ask you a question.
That turnover before halftime was dumb as shit.
Okay.
You down at your own 30 or 20, and you running around with the ball loose, and then you fumbled it backwards for them to gain extra yards.
Cool. So now I'm going to take 17 out of the equation. I'm talking about the Bills team. What do you like about that team?
Nothing. But that's not an excuse. You're there. You're him.
No. Now,
make that shit happen.
Let's look at Jalen Hurts' situation.
Right.
Been to 2 Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
You look at that. I know you're a Cowboy fan. Put that to the side.
Right.
Look at the Eagles team.
Yeah, the Eagles has a better team. I already said that.
Away from the situation.
Yeah, they has a better team than the Bills.
You're not taking Jalen Hurts over Josh Allen. I don't give a fuck if he fumbled 5 times.
At this point, I am. Because when it comes to those games that matter the most, I trust Jalen Hurts more than I trust Josh. Put like that. When it comes to the games that matter the most, I trust Jalen Hurts more than I trust Josh Allen.
Because Jalen Hurts, but that's
because Jalen Hurts proved that he can win those games. Josh Allen hasn't proved that shit.
Well, I need you to stay consistent because we've had this conversation all season. The thing is, when it comes to Jalen Hurts, we don't judge him by the same metrics as every other quarterback because they're not.
I told you, I'm only judging off of what he's done in the playoffs. I'm not judging off of the whole regular season shit and how he's asked to basically be, you know what I'm saying, a backseat driver. I'm talking about when they asked him to be the guy. When they asked him to be the guy and go out there and win these games, he went out there and did that shit. When they asked Josh Allen to be the guy and go out there and win these games, Josh Allen was crying at the podium.
Right. So, and this is again, and then going back to the Cam Newton thing. This is why I don't like the Cam Newton slander. Because Cam Newton, I mean, don't get me wrong, the defense was lights out that year. But Cam Newton offensively, he had to be special in order to get that team that far. Because even with that defense.
Right. I'm not saying that Josh got to win the Super Bowl. I'm saying you got to get there, bro.
Sometimes it's kind of hard. It's hard to really say that, though. Only because even as special as Cam was, that defense was on fire.
Without a doubt.
They got there and got obliterated by a better team.
Without a doubt.
Because and people could say Peyton Manning was on his last fucking league.
They ain't got shit to do with Peyton Manning the way that he played this shit.
Right. But nonetheless, he didn't kill that team. We understand who Peyton Manning is. He has enough going on up top mentally to not lose them that game. They knew that. That defense was
because
awesome.
I mean, do you remember that whole season? Brock Osweiler was the quarterback, and shit until playoff time came back around, and then they put Peyton in. And it was like, all right,
yeah, because Peyton is not in those moments. Peyton is not going to make the mistakes because of experience. When you have someone who's going to touch the ball as many times as the quarterback is going to touch the ball, at that point, it's about being mistake-free. So if I need in the biggest game, I can't have Brock Osweiler's nerves affect this game.
Right.
I can't have his experience and certain
have
looks.
Josh Allen's nerve affect this game.
Well, no, the looks. See, you can't. I feel what you just tried to do, but no, that's not going to work because the difference and the reason is the experience. Now, an example would be a Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford. Okay. See, because we did this with first. What screwed us with the Jared Goff was your experience and the looks had you off kilter. That's not something that's going to happen with Matthew Stafford.
I mean, that was Jared Goff, what, second year in the league when y'all went to that Super Bowl? Nah. Y'all went to Super Bowl, what, 20? When was the first time y'all went to Super Bowl with Jared Goff?
It was his third year.
2019, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is Josh Allen's 8th year in the league.
Yeah. But
you had ample, like I said, you had ample opportunity. You had great teams.
But look at Jared Goff's team. What that team looked like.
What, you talking about the Rams team?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh hell yeah. Jared Goff also went to the NFC Championships with the Lions.
Right. So when you look at the Jared Goff, when you look at the Jalen Hurts, these situations are really based, even though these guys at points fell short, or maybe they stole one. Those teams were ridiculous. But when you look at Josh Allen and Cam, as special as these players are, because those teams were not built for it, bro, you're going to get exposed at some point. We just sat there.
Never had Stephon Diggs, bro.
Right. He didn't have Stephon Diggs this year. So my thing is, when it comes, we just sat there and said all 4 teams in the playoffs right now have seen enough film on each other. Now, yes, the one thing I will agree on what you said, in that game, Josh Allen was not special, right? But we also have to understand his team didn't give him a fighting chance. He was only going to go but so far with that team anyway. The problem is, and like I've sat there and told, I'll help you out. Sean McDermott just got fired, correct? After 9 seasons as the Buffalo Bills head coach. Some people may say, you know what? He did all he can do. This team is not going to go any further. A problem I had with that is y'all kept the general manager.
Yeah, I understand that. That's my issue too.
Because you figure you drafted Josh Allen 2018?
Something like that.
Okay. How many other first-round picks from that team have actually been drafted and developed to be something good?
Not many I can think of.
So not only have you guys been whiffing on drafts, you've been unable to successfully get this boy some help. The only other really first-round picks on that team, I mean, all right, I'll say this. The linebacker, Edmonds, he plays for the Bears because y'all didn't want to pay him.
Right.
Ed Oliver, who's the defensive tackle there, he's solid. Yeah, he's pretty good.
But he was injured most of the season.
Right. And I believe, I might be wrong, but the boy from the U, Greg Roussier, or whatever, the defensive end from Miami, I think he was a first-round pick. And, again, solid. But these guys, and I mean, obviously, we've been hearing about Keon Coleman all year, right?
Yeah, facts.
So this is what Josh Allen has to work with.
I don't give a fuck.
That's cool. But
Donovan McNabb went to 5 NFC Championship games with first down Freddie. I don't give a fuck about what Josh Allen has to deal with, bro.
Hold on,
I really don't.
You shouldn't have did that. And I'm gonna tell you why.
I really don't.
Because Donovan went to those good morning. So, but the thing is, as good as that Philadelphia team was, why they went to those 3 NFC champs, but they could never seal the deal. It's because you have James Thrash, Todd Pinkston, and Freddie Mitchell, bro. The defense was always there, but he didn't have enough. Now you give him Terrell Owens.
Yeah, they go to the Super Bowl
with that defensive unit.
Right.
They go to the Good Bowl and they lose by 3.
Right.
So sometimes, bro, you have to give me something.
I feel like we're giving him a pass. Motherfucking Lamar Jackson never had a true number 1 receiver. Like, ever. I don't think that Lamar Jackson, to this day, ever had a true number 1 receiver. I think the only number 1 receiver that we can say that he had was goddamn Mark Andrews and shit. And that's a tight end, more, you know what I'm saying? Of course, more than a receiver and shit. But the vitriol that he received, I need Josh Allen to get that same type of vitriol and shit. I don't want to hear the excuses no more. I don't care if you don't have the receiver help. I don't care if you don't have the fucking the last 2 seasons that Lamar Jackson's been healthy, the Ravens has given up 30 points. And we still been blaming Lamar Jackson and shit. But for some reason, everything else is everybody else's fault when it comes to Josh Allen. No, you're that nigga. Make shit happen. They depend on you to make shit happen. Make shit happen. So what? We didn't watch Lamar. Like I said, we didn't watch Lamar carry a team that's supposed to go less than 8-8 to the playoffs. We didn't watch Lamar Jackson with no number 1 receiver throw 40 touchdowns. We didn't watch niggas that they say that you're better than do more with less. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I understand that now, like, even when you compare him to Patrick Mahomes, I understand that Patrick Mahomes' defense the last time they went to the Super Bowl was the reason why, you know what I'm saying, they got there and shit like that. But Josh Allen was throwing the ball to rookie Xavier Worthy and washed up Taylor Swift. I mean, fucking Jason Kelce.
Oh shit.
Travis Kelce, you know, one of them motherfucking brothers.
I didn't know what just happened. I was like, Taylor Swift, what happened? I should have figured that was one I didn't think. Travis Kelce, tight end, y'all. He talking about Travis Kelce.
But everybody that's in your class, we didn't watch.
Swift is crazy.
We didn't watch motherfucking Joe Burrow deal with the worst defense in the league.
He just still make shit happen.
No, he's definitely a Hall of Fame tight end. Well, I'm not taking that shit away from him. He's definitely a Hall of Fame tight end.
He's been reduced to.
But like everybody else in your class, everybody else in your tier that you get compared to, they get shitted on when they fucking except for Patty, because I guess he got the leeway because of the 3 Super Bowls and shit. But everybody else get shitted on when they fucked up. People are questioning if the Bengals should trade goddamn Joe Burrow because he can't stay healthy.
Well, see, so this is the
saying that you know what I'm saying, should the Ravens trade Lamar Jackson and all that type shit. Because when it comes to the Bills, the best thing that ever happened to the football, the game of football, is Josh Allen. And I just can't get with that.
Well, I don't think some of your takes I do agree with. I do. But I think we also have to separate what goes on the field versus perspective of the media. Because the media is the ones that's really trying to always down Lamar. And I felt like trying to uplift Josh Allen. That's the media. To me, me personally, I said I give Lamar the edge. I don't think Josh Allen is garbage. I just give Lamar the edge.
Right.
The issue is, yes, they get on Lamar about certain things. And let's be honest, Lamar's team don't be looking like that neither. Lamar has to be all this special shit in order for Baltimore to get there. Mm-hmm. That's no different than Josh Allen. The only thing is you're trying to pretty much tear down the whole thing of where the media is putting Josh Allen versus where they actually
the
are.
Media.
Right, that's necessarily it's not a Josh Allen thing. It's your argument, the media point.
But I also feel like I would rather and I hate to say it like this because I don't believe that Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Josh Allen by any means.
I would hope not.
But I would rather have him in these bigger games than Josh Allen. It just seemed like he don't fold. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna make shit happen and shit. He's not like he
made it happen in the 49er game like that.
Or like he made it happen in the 2 Super Bowls that he played in. Or the three NFC Championship games that he played.
But did he? Because that team, you just said it yourself, were amazing teams. That ain't had nothing to do with it.
The first Super Bowl he lost and threw for 300-something yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. The second Super Bowl he won, he threw for 300-something yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Now, second Super Bowl, I do agree with you. The defense gets you 6 sacks with no fucking blitzing.
Yeah, you should throw like that. You should throw like that with motherfucking AJ fucking Brown, Devontae, and that running back just ran all over the fucking rig. We ate in the fucking box. You got one-on-ones. You better.
They was also playing against the best the Russian defense in the league, and they was also playing against the number 5 ranked defense in the league, and they were still able to do those things against that defense.
Yeah, as a unit, but when you gotta play AJ Brown in front of you, bro,
when you have James Cooks that's second or third in rushing in the league, and y'all not
my bad. I don't know, but you tell me how James Cook look in that game.
And what, this past game?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, because I don't know. Because if that was
the point I'm making is when you have the weapons that you have, it shouldn't be no more excuses.
What weapons other than you said James Cook? What other weapon are you talking about?
Josh Allen. Shit. James Cook, 24 rushes, 117 yards, average 4.9 yards a carry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so in that point, I feel like they'd have maxed him out. So that also goes to, again, like you just said, Josh Allen wasn't amazing. He turned the ball over 4 times. I will say, yes, Josh Allen did not play the best game. But the point I'm arguing, Jalen Hurts is not better than no fucking Josh Allen.
Jalen Hurts had 8 games this year. Jalen Hurts had 8 games this year when he threw the ball. He threw for less than 200 yards. Right?
You know when you're saying that you're
Listen to me.
Going there.
You know who's number 2? Josh Allen with 7 games where he threw the ball for less than 200 yards. And you know what's the funny thing about it is they won majority of those games, both of them. So let's not, let's not use the excuse of, oh, well, his team is winning and his team is not. Josh Allen won 5 of those 7 games, and he won 7 out of those 8 games and shit.
But you're the same person that told me Dak Prescott was better than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, as a quarterback. I'm talking about I'm prefacing everything I'm making. I'm prefacing everything that I'm making by saying that Josh Allen,
those guys are better than Dak Prescott.
Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts when it comes to big games, when it mattered. I just said everything in the regular season, I give you that. When it comes to the quarterback play, I give you that. When it comes to big games, when it matters the most, I'm picking Jalen Hurts over Josh Allen. If we have proof, we have to go by the proof. It's not like I'm saying this shit and I'm
if you guys can, I would love for people to put their comments.
Every big game that Jalen Hurts been in, he performed in.
He don't have to do much. If you put me in his spot, I do the same thing. You don't need to do very much.
So why do we perform better then? Why do we perform so much better? You going toe to toe with the best quarterback of our generation, or of this generation. You're going blow for blow with this nigga in both of those games. One of those games, you know what I'm saying, your defense just snaps on it, so you didn't have to do much, but you still threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. The first game, it was really you keeping your team in because your defense gave up 30 plus points.
Yeah, but you do understand they had a whole implosion. The guy that you're willing to take, they had a whole implosion about, even to this day. The reason why no one is taking that offensive coordinator job in Philly is because of his ability or his lack of ability for you to open up your whole playbook for him. Right. Why would you take that guy? No one wants to take the offensive coordinator job.
I'm going off of what I seen, not what I know is coming in the future.
What did you see last year? With your eyes,
I seen that both of those guys performed exactly the same last year.
That's not what I asked you.
Both of those guys performed exactly the same last year. You just asked me, what did I see last year with my own eyes? Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen. That's exactly what you just asked, bro. You said, what did I see last year with my own eyes?
Stop. No. I asked you. No, stop. What I asked you was, what did you see from Jalen Hurts this year?
That's not what you said. You said what you see last year with your own eyes. We on here. You said that.
Jalen
Hurts looked exactly like Josh Allen looked last year. That's what I saw with my own eyes.
Right. Stop comparing the. I'm asking about one quarterback. Don't bring 17 in.
He had a career year last year.
Did you see? So you liked Jalen? You would take Jalen Hurts over. That's what you liked last year.
I don't know why we have to keep doing this shit. When it comes to big games, when it comes to playoff games, when it comes to Super Bowl, NFC Championship games, I will take Jalen Hurts before I take Josh Allen. When it comes to quarterback play in the regular season or anything else, or how they actually play the position, yes, I'll take Josh Allen over it. But this motherfucker knows how to win when it matters. Josh Allen clearly doesn't because he hasn't done it. That's the point I'm making.
You want to know who I'm taking?
You had ample opportunities. You had ample opportunities with teams that was really good. We're not going to just talk about this year or last year when it comes to Josh Allen. Josh Allen is damn near 10-year pro.
This is the whole point.
You had a number one offense. You had a number one defense. You had a number one rushing game. You had a number one receiver. You had all that shit, and you didn't do nothing with it, bro.
I know he's very much like Dak Prescott, but who I'm taking is Matthew Stafford, who is
throw shots
Sunday at 6:30 against Seattle. Rams in Seattle. Make sure you
Matt Stafford because he had and same thing is going to happen. Same thing is going to happen to my boy Dak. He's going to go to another team. He's going to win a Super Bowl. But let's not act like you was checking for Matt Stafford before he got to the ring.
Hold on.
Stop that shit.
I like Dak, and Dak has potential. Matthew may retire. Listen, if you want to go somewhere where your owner not all in the videos.
Nah. Fuck that. Nah, fuck that.
He's not all in the videos. Nah. You want to be living out in Dallas. This also, you trying to be a cowboy on and off the field, got horses.
Nah, he don't want to pay them taxes out there in L.A.
Listen, you done made a lot of money in Dallas, bro. You got it.
Don't want to pay them taxes out there in L.A.
You got it.
Fuck out here, because I already know. Hey, you know what? That should have fucking rather happen. That should have fucking rather happen.
Yo, with an offensive-minded head coach who's been there, who knows what it takes.
We got an offensive-minded head coach. Shout out to Brody, Shotty. Shit. He had the number one ranked offense last year. He's an offensive-minded head coach. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I said. I ain't say he been there. I ain't saying that but he's an offensive-minded head coach. God damn it.
Now, hold on. I like doing this to my brother though, because at certain points he gotta keep it a buck though.
Because I'm not gonna lie, you do that shit on purpose, nigga. The fuck. You with your ass, nigga. I'm not doing that shit. So I'm over here hot now, nigga. It was cold in my office earlier and shit, nigga. You got me over here sweating and shit.
Well, again, people, it's gonna be a big storm. I'm trying to help my brother. I do this to him every once in a while. I have to. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help him out, man. Listen.
Who you got in this goddamn Patriots and Broncos game? We didn't even get a chance to finish that shit.
Because we got caught up with the Josh Allen shit.
This motherfucker.
No, all right, well, hold on. Time out. Yeah, oh man, I enjoyed that. My bad. I'm gonna take the Patriots, man.
I'm gonna rock out with the Patriots too.
I can't.
If they had Bo Nix, then maybe we will have a little bit of a conversation. But
I am going to watch that game. I'm going to take him. Like you just said, I don't want to be wrong, right?
Right.
But, boy, how entertaining would it be if Stidham start playing? How entertaining. And look, and of course, right, because social media goes stupid, right? I'm looking at the highlights of Stidham. I said, oh, damn, he was making some passes. I see some old footage. I said, oh, he can make those throws? 40 yards downfield? I said, oh, man.
All them highlights came from one game. was one fucking game.
Why you trying to discredit Stims, man? Listen, he made the passes though.
He did. He made that one pass when he threw 3 interceptions in that game. Yeah, I remember. But
we ain't talking about the interceptions, guys.
I'm going with the Patriots just because it feels like the Patriots. Like this feels like, and look, I was one of those people that said, man, they should have gave Gerard Mayo another chance, you know what I'm saying, some more time to actually, you know what I'm saying, build and get better with this team and shit. Man, the best decision they ever made was getting Mike Vrabel as their head coach. They was 4-13 last year. This year they're 13-4. So talk about a 180, you know what I'm saying? Like he can completely flip this franchise within 1 year. Stephon Diggs has been the most important player on their offense, low key. I mean, with the exception of Drake May, of course, because he's still getting number one receiver attention. Meaning that, you know what I'm saying, the number one DB is going to cover him. The coverage is going to shift to his side. And it's going to allow other people like, what's his name, Kenyon Booty or whatever his name is. And and the tight ends that Bo Nix that Drake May loves to use and shit. Like, that's giving them opportunity on top of opportunity because the defense still respects Stephon Diggs that much. And then the running game has really came like the second half of the season with the young boy, what's his name, Trevion Henderson and shit. Like running game really has exploded the second half of the season and shit. So I just think that there's too much for Denver to deal with without their starting quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Sean Payton for being able to do what he did with Bo Nix, because people tend to forget Bo Nix only balled out in the playoff. I mean, in the fourth quarter all season. Like it was trash the first 3 quarters of every game all season.
That's a fact. Yeah,
and then the fourth quarter came and he's balled the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, him and Caleb Williams and shit was just doing that shit all this whole year and shit. So I think not having him is really going to be a big letdown for Denver, and I feel bad because I feel like when you got, and that's the number 1 and number 2 seed in the AFC. That's going to be facing each other. So you literally got the 2 best teams in your conference. You know what I'm saying? Going against each other. I just would have loved to see both of those guys at full health. You know what I'm saying? So we can truly know who was the better team in the AFC. And shit.
Well, and I think that's the thing, right? Because without a doubt, what you're saying is I'm sorry. It's absolutely true. But because the best players do matter. I'll be a liar to say they don't. But it is a team game. It's the ultimate team game. And, you know, guys have to, I mean, if you don't step up week 6, week 13, whatever. But if you are worth anything that the money that you're being paid, bro, this is the time to prove it. This is where, the people are not defined necessarily always by regular season. If you want to get noticed and you want the world to see, you got to do it in the playoffs because the world is watching. Everybody can't watch every game during the regular season, but the playoffs, the world is watching. This is the stage.
So in both games, the NFC and the AFC championship, this is what we're going to do right here. Hopefully you guys is watching, y'all can comment down below and y'all tell us what we think, what y'all thinking. But who has the most pressure on them to win this game? AFC championship game. I'm going to go ahead and answer first. In my opinion, in the AFC championship game, Drake May, you're an MVP candidate. You know what I'm saying? The second best quarterback left in the playoffs. Excuse me.
Well, who has the most and who has the least amount of pressure?
There we go. And
let's do both if we're going to do it.
I think the only thing that's really stopping anybody from saying that Drake May is an elite quarterback is his performance so far in the playoffs and shit. So I think everything comes down to this game and how you perform in this game, Drake May. And let's keep it on the AFC side about who has the least amount of pressure. Jarrett Stidham. You can just go out there and ball. Ain't nobody expecting shit from you. Okay. Ain't nobody expecting the goddamn thing. If anything, people are going to be like, how they're going to hide Jarrett Stidham. So if you go out there and ball freely, and I think that's part of the reason why Nick Foles was able to do what he did that year is because he didn't have – nobody was expecting Nick Foles to be, you know what I'm saying, the savior for that season. Niggas was thinking, oh, damn, Carson Wentz, who was an MVP candidate that year, went down. Our season is over with. They basically gave up on it. I think that Jarrett Stidham has the opportunity to do the same shit, like just go out there and play freely. The pressure is not on you to win this game. The pressure is on you to make sure that you don't lose it. So just go out there and pray and play freely. That's all you gotta do. Be relaxed, be comfortable. Treat this like, and I know this is very cliche and it's hard to do, but treat it just like another game. Shit, because it's not like it's gonna really define your career. And now, if you go out there and ball, it really can. It could get you some bread. It could get you, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Somewhere, you know what I'm saying? It could get you a starting job maybe somewhere else, or maybe even a high profile backup job somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably my second option. Okay, so how about the NFC? Give me your
NFC. I think the most pressure is going to be on Matt Stafford. You're going to be the MVP. You know what I'm saying? Front runner. You led the league in touchdowns. Right. Your touchdown interception ratio this year was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? You got two of the best receivers in the league. Some people might say you have the best receiving duo in the league. You have a really decent, if not teetering on great running back with Kyron Williams in the backfield. You have the best coach in the playoffs, if not in the league, in your corner. Everything is saying that Matt, get this shit done. And then retire after this. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Get this shit done. Get this shit done and then go into the sunset and shit. And the person that has the least amount, believe it or not, the person that has the least, in my opinion, amount of pressure on them is Sean McVay. Sean McVay. Sean McVay already proved twice that he can go to the Super Bowl. He proved that he can win it. He's been to two. You say he's 2-0 in NFC Championship games. He has an MVP quarterback. He's one of the best coaches in the league. His coaching tree is immaculate. He has nothing else to prove, and all this is going to do is just build him up even more. And shit. All this game is going to do is put him in that conversation with niggas like Andy Reid. You know what I'm saying? All this shit. Because now, what you going to say? Because I remember having this, and I'm going to shout you out. I remember having this conversation with my boy Mac. And he said, well, Sean McVay and Nick Sirianni ain't that much different. They both been the same amount of Sean McVay and Nick Sirianni.
You said who said that?
My boy Mac.
Oh, that's the one that's scared to come on the podcast?
I invite him every week. But he said that Nick Sirianni and Sean McVay ain't that much different. They've been in the same amount of Super Bowls, and they won the same amount of Super Bowls.
Come on, Philly, get your man up here, bro. He's from Philly, right?
Yeah, he's from Philly.
He's from Philly. Philly gonna say the same thing?
Nah, I don't think. I hope not.
Because he don't want to get on the podcast. I don't know what's going on.
I think that
shout out to him, though.
If Sean McVay win this Super Bowl, it takes him out of conversations with Shanahan. It takes him out of conversations with Sirianni. It takes him out of conversation with anybody that's not an all-time great coach, in my opinion. Anybody that you say is an all-time great coach, he's in that conversation and no longer in the other one, in my opinion, if he wins the Super Bowl. But there's no pressure on him to win it, in my opinion.
Right.
You've been like, I mean, think about it. Last year, was it last year or year before last when y'all made the Super Bowl? I mean, when y'all made the playoffs on a team that really didn't have much on defense, much on the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just I think he missed the playoff once in y'all his whole tenure as the Rams head coach.
One time. Yeah.
And in my opinion, only, of course, he's the best head coach and the NFC, second best coach in the NFL, with the exception of Andy Reid. So who you got with the most pressure and the least amount of pressure in both of these games?
Well, least amount of pressure is easy. The least amount of pressure for me is going to be Sean Payton. He has the least amount of pressure only because we jumped on him. No, we ain't like how he handled the Russell Wilson situation, but he proved to be right. Get me what I need, and y'all paying that boy. Y'all got probably one of the worst salary cap situations, but we all tend to forget about it because of what he's been able to do.
Yeah.
So imagine if he had that extra bread.
I agree with that.
And he's not going nowhere. So, you know what I mean? All things considered, I think he don't have a lot of pressure. I think the Broncos are here. You've allowed people
especially
to see
when you don't have your number one, you know what I'm saying, you're starting quarterback, so the pressure does come.
The Broncos is here. And considering we gotta tell the truth, there are going to the Kansas City Chiefs are, whether they like to admit it or not, they're going to have to go through a small rebuild. Because what you currently have is just not enough to get you over the hump. And you have to do it right here, right now, because, you know, the Raiders Ashton Genty's only going to get more comfortable.
Right.
Brock Bowers is only going to get more comfortable. And now that you just sit there and watch your opposition, sit there and want to watch him win a national championship. And he's coming to Oakland. I mean, he's coming to Las Vegas. He's coming. Right? We all understand that, right?
Right. You talk about Fernando?
Exactly, Fernando. Yeah. So now they about to get their quarterback. So I mean, the only thing I don't think they figured out their head coach, right?
No, I don't think so.
Right.
I know that they fired Carroll, but I don't know if they replaced him.
So 9 times out of 10, they're probably waiting for somebody who's currently in the playoffs now. So I know Mike McDaniels is going around taking interviews. No, I'm lying. Mike McDaniels took the Chargers.
Coordinator for the Chargers, yeah.
Right, yeah, he took the Chargers job.
Another person that turned down that Eagles job.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, ain't nobody taking that shit. Like, man, listen. Either or. So the most, I'm not doing that no more, bro. I'm not doing this about this, man. We done said all season. Said I mind you, them rankings, them QB rankings being up, which I don't know. We might have to do an end of the year just to finish it off. We did a beginning, we did a mid-season, and we're gonna have the ending one. Boy, I tried with Jalen Hurts. I tried to be cool about it. I tried. No, Preem wasn't as cool.
Switched up. I'm about to say the fact that I never switched up. I'm cool.
Preem didn't he wasn't as cool about it. But boy, Man, that's why I said I couldn't believe what your position with that one. But I'm just done. I can't be too much. No, the fan is broke, bro. I can't be no more cooler than what the fuck is going on here. Motherfucker don't even want to take that job. Inflation is high right now. Cost of milk and eggs is crazy. They don't want the job. That's wild.
They don't want
y'all
to
chase because y'all did the last offensive coordinator, messing up his house and shit. Like, nah, I ain't taking that.
They said that, and plus, who the fuck wants to coach a Jordan cosplayer? Let's be real.
Unless he's in the playoffs, right?
Unless he's in playoffs. Look, and it got to be NFC Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Got to be championship game Super Bowl. It can't just be a regular ass playoff.
You said, yo, I'm taking him over. I'm like,
every time, twice on Sundays.
All right, but I ain't going back there, bro. Anyway,
twice on Sundays. All right, so Sean Payton got the least amount of pressure. Who you think had the most in the AFC Championship game?
Oh man, the most in the AFC Championship game. I guess in some ways, bro, I'll disagree a little bit because they are right there. I would say Stidham. Only because I felt like we did the whole thing in New England. We did it in with the Raiders. Mm-hmm. And I'm only saying Stidham because, like, yo, bro, if you want a chance to be an actual quarterback, this is your opportunity. There are teams like the Miami Dolphins who need a quarterback. There's a lot of teams. Like, if you want a job, bro, this is where you start. So you do have pressure because
that's a fact.
You get to do it where everybody can see on the biggest stage, like I just seen. You can show them here and in the biggest game. I'm guaranteed if he does that, teams are going to want to find a way to get him out of Denver and to get him on their roster.
But I think him just performing well, like he don't have to win. I think him performing well would actually get him, you know what I'm saying, a gig somewhere else.
Ultimately, he need to put that big ass T-shirt on with the hat raising that Lombardi. All right, he will get more interest than he ever.
I mean, that's not up for debate. That's 100% a fact.
Right. So I would say that it is a lot of pressure on him because a franchise this close, the Broncos haven't had. I mean, probably since Peyton Manning and them boys, right?
2015 has been 10 plus years.
Yeah, I mean, you got Elway in the building. I mean, you got Shannon Sharp limping around with his 1-2 hip. You know what I mean? Pockets a little lighter. You know what I mean? Look, the Broncos fan
with the beard going on, Shannon with the gray beard going on.
All that, man. Listen, the Broncos need this. You know what I mean? They really do need it.
I think you just said it yourself. They don't need this.
Sean Payton. Well, let me not say need. They want it. Sean Payton.
But it's funny. That's a hell of a dynamic for you to say Sean doesn't have no pressure.
He's the head coach because Bo Nix is his guy. Bo Nix is his guy. I'm not saying
that you're wrong. I'm just saying that is different. I didn't even put two and two together that you said the head coach don't have the pressure, but the quarterback has it. Yeah.
The backup quarterback has it.
The backup quarterback has it.
Only because I feel like
pressureless position.
Yeah, because Drake May, to me, I don't feel like anyone like Drake May. He's already done his 1-2. You know what I mean? On a rookie contract, he's performed amazing. He was a candidate as well.
Second year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mike Vrabel has done exactly what they hoped for him to do. After they got rid of Mayo, showed that we didn't make the wrong decision. Mm-hmm. And I mean, Diggs, you getting another opportunity. You know what I mean? We all remember in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. I know he got close in Minnesota. He got
close in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Remember that picture of him sitting there in the AFC Championship game in Kansas
Yeah.
City with all the confetti.
Very true. Yes, very true. Well, guess what? You know what I mean? So he's another, he gets another shot at it. But I do just think for Stidham, I think it is pressure only because it's like you need this. Not so much Sean Payton because Sean Payton's not going nowhere.
Right.
That's why I wouldn't say there's any pressure on him.
So I think that
the NFC.
Of course in my opinion about what you said about Stidham.
I
think Stidham comfortable with shit being a backup quarterback. A couple extra million, hell yeah, I'd take that to be a backup, but I don't need all this pressure on me. I think a lot of people realize that shit too. A lot of career backups realize, like, you know what, I'm not even built to be the number one guy.
Not all, but sometimes it's easy to get comfortable when you ain't got no choice, Spring.
Well, that's true.
People get real comfortable in jail when you can't leave when you want, right?
That's a fact. And it wasn't like nobody was checking for Jarrett Stidham before, you know what I'm saying, before this shit. So I get what you're saying. It's not like he Gardner Minshew with somebody, you know what I'm saying, a backup that people like.
Right. It's just, But as far as
what's that nigga name? Josh Johnson, that been on every team in the fucking NFL and shit.
Yeah, but they not mean him for years, so
that's fact. I didn't know that he was a 10+ year veteran. This shit. I'm like, well, God
yeah,
damn.
he been around for bad long.
Yeah, I didn't even know that shit.
So the most pressure, I would say Matthew Stafford as well.
Okay.
Only because some players never even get to this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you spent so many years in Detroit.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So many messed up years.
That's a fact. Not even sniffing this type of, you know what I'm saying, game and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
living in that moment, man. You only get but so many chances at it, and you have an opportunity right here. You ain't got that many years in front of you.
That's a fact.
So I mean, if you go, you need to get them back. What they say, get them back. What they did to the Cold Crusher.
Word. The Magic Johnson. You better get him back, Clyde.
You better get him. Yeah, right. I mean, this is the opportunity. You know what I mean? You can really change your whole trajectory of your career to the point where now we're talking about Matthew Stafford as a Hall of Famer.
All-time great conversations.
I mean, think about it, because if he gets another ring in the MVP, I'm taking him over Eli Manning. And
I told you, he got a good chance of getting another ring, a regular season MVP, and goddamn Super Bowl MVP. He has a real good chance of that.
Change his whole trajectory of his career.
Facts. And I completely agree with you. I'm definitely ranking him above. I rank him. Look, I rank him above Kurt Warner also. You know what I'm saying? There's certain people that once you get that MVP, you jump a couple motherfuckers.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
See, you know what? I'm kindly ask you, and I mean this in the kindest way, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, see now. You gonna have the Ramley mad. You gotta stay out of Ram business. Now you going somewhere else with it. See, you almost got me. You almost got me. Nah, I don't know, man. Kurt was special, boy.
He was.
Kurt had an interesting story. I'm sure most people know.
Without a doubt.
If he would have started earlier in his life versus being a whole grown ass man, you dig what I'm saying? So it was a little, because you figure Kurt Warner. I mean, he played a long while after,
right?
But
I'm just thinking about quarterbacks that has an MVP in a Super Bowl. Like you putting Stafford over Brett Favre. If he wins, you know what I'm saying? If he wins this joint and shit, or you put him over Aaron Rodgers if he wins.
Let my man actually get the MVP. Let him get a Super Bowl. Let him actually get that Super Bowl MVP.
And then we'll reconvene. We'll come back after the Super Bowl, have this conversation, and see if anything changes.
I'm fine with it. Right, to evaluate it. Yeah, make sure y'all back. Definitely. Well, you make sure you're back next week. But make sure you're definitely
make sure you're back. Yeah, fact.
Yeah, make sure you're back. And matter of fact, put that thing on the screen one more time, please, sir.
Come on, man. You ain't gotta ask me more than once.
And make sure y'all go on the Smoking Budz Networks. Shop on fourthwall.com and all that, man. Go check that merch out, man.
Just hit that link. Just hit that link in the comments right there.
Yeah,
and it'll take y'all right there.
Yeah, make sure y'all go do that. But dang, who has the least amount of pressure?
In the NFC side, because I feel like
NFC.
You know what? I already got your answer. I might already have your answer, but go ahead.
The least amount of pressure. I don't want to mean, but
oh shit, froze. What happened?
Damn, the least amount of pressure is crazy. That's a hard one.
So I just thought about it, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's the name of the Seahawks head coach?
Oh, Mike McDonald.
Mike McDonald. There you go.
Is it Mike McDonald? That's a good one. Yeah, I think Mike McDonald. I think only because he's he's relatively a new coach, and Seattle doesn't have to, not right away. I think he's been able, again, same thing with them, pretty much just change the whole culture of what they got going on there. And I think, again, he's going to be there a while. I think they're going to get a couple shots. Of course, I don't think they're going to beat us. I think we got to do it right here, right now, while we still have a quarterback. Because after Matthew Stafford, after he goes, it's going to be we're going to have to transition somehow into getting our next quarterback. So I'm pretty I would say he has the least amount for sure.
And you said who was that? My bad, because you said I had to get my shit right.
Oh yeah. I said I'm gonna go with Mike McDonald.
So it was Mike McDonald. Okay.
Yeah, I said Mike McDonald only pretty much because he's relatively a new coach. I think he's in year 2 or 3. 2.
I believe it's year 2.
Year 2. I mean, I feel like we have more pressure. I mean, like you're just pretty much just kind of getting there. So you changing the coach. You haven't been there long enough. So it's like you've done enough to gradually keep getting better every year. For the first 2 years, I mean, you already in the NFC Championship game. I mean, eventually, we know. I mean, Darnold, he shouldn't be a long-term solution at quarterback. No,
right.
No, I mean, right. So you still got to go find your quarterback. No, so I'm gonna just say him.
Yeah, I think that's a low-hanging fruit, but I think also is a good pick because, like you said, I mean, his first year they went 7-8 or some shit like that.
I want to say what was it like?
I know he didn't get 10 wins his first season. You know what I'm saying? He might, you know what I'm saying, might have missed it by 1 or 2.
I thought he had like over 500 record last year though.
Yeah, so he might have went 9-8 or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like 9-8, something like that. Yeah.
But for you to come back, you know what I'm saying, you probably finished 3rd in that division last year. You know what I'm saying? For you to come back to be the number 1 seed in the division, number 1 seed in the NFC, and actually balling. Like, see, the thing about it is when I was looking at Seattle for most of the season is like, okay, they look cool, but what's going to happen when it really matters? You know. And then they got in the playoffs and they still looked as dominant as they did. And like I told you, when they played against the 49ers, that was going to be a blowout just because Seattle was a team that was built to beat the fucking 49ers. Shit. Mm-hmm. So, but I like how they're going about the build of the team. They're focused on building the trenches up, whether it be the offense and the defensive line and shit. And they're more focused on the defensive side of the ball. When you got a true number 1 receiver, it helps a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It helps a lot. It's shit on the offensive side of the ball and shit. And then they have a decent and steady running game, especially when Zach Charbonnet was healthy and in the game and shit. So with that being said, though, you guys, make sure y'all comment down below. Let us know who y'all think had the most pressure and has the least amount of pressure heading to the Final Four of these playoff games, the NFC and AFC championship games. And we have a question of the week that's pertaining to these particular games. And this is how we're going to do it. You guys let us know who wins those games by telling us who is going to be playing in the Super Bowl. So y'all type down. The question of the week is who will be playing in the Super Bowl.
Yes,
y'all got 4 picks. Don't be naming the Eagles. Don't be naming the Cowboys. We talk about the teams that's in the goddamn NFC Championship, AFC Championship games. The final 4 teams.
We don't want to hear no Bengal fans.
I don't want to hear none of that shit. I don't want Chiefs Nation. Y'all not even in the playoffs. Chill. So who y'all got winning the Super Bowl? Mm-hmm. Me personally, I have the Rams winning the Super Bowl because they can't go 0-3 against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. You just can't.
Nah,
you just can't.
We got to score to settle with it. That's gonna be for next. That's gonna be for the next joint for sure. I didn't want to talk about that right
without now. Without a doubt, but I'm pretty sure you have the Rams winning the Super Bowl also.
Of course.
All right. So with that being said, man, that was our pod for today, bro. I know we had some technical difficulties towards the end. Oh, as a matter of fact, no, it's not our pod for today because it's some shit that's about to pop off February 6th that I ain't even get a chance to talk about. I'm going to talk about this shit before I go and shit. So February 6th, aka 2626, we will be having the fall off drop by my man J. Cole, aka, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, the GOAT and shit. Like, especially of this generation and shit. J. Cole had dropped a song this past week or maybe week before last called Diss 2 Track 2, where he's rapping his life in reverse. You know, he's talking about from his death all the way up to his birth. And I thought it was dope. A lot of people say that he paid homage to Nas when it comes to Rewind. Of course he did. Whereas though I say Rewind was more so about a day in a particular moment where Cole had really just went through his whole entire life from his death, which of course hasn't happened yet, and all the way up to his birth and shit. Fat Joe said some shit, bro, that really kind of got to me. I ain't gonna say got to me, but it kind of made me look at him like, shut the fuck up. Because it's like, he said, I can't look at J. Cole the same because of the way he backed out of the Kendrick situation. You know what I'm saying? By him saying that he's going to delete the diss track and all that type shit. And my question to that is, but why you missing Drake so much when he out here suing niggas? Kendrick Lamar was about to get Kendrick Lamar and Diddy had an altercation. J. Cole fought Diddy because of Kendrick Lamar. So I'm pretty sure they have a close, you know what I'm saying, pretty cool type of relationship if you fighting another nigga for another nigga. You know what I'm saying? There's not too many niggas that I'm going to be fighting for another nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so if that was the case, I'm pretty sure they cool. We know J. Cole to be an honest person. So he felt like something was wrong and he took his words back. I don't think that we should be here talking about that no more. I think that we should be past that shit. I think that whatever happened during a rap battle should be talked about when we talk about that rap battle. Everything else, I think we can move on from that shit. J. Cole, one of the best MCs of all time, definitely one of the best MCs of this generation. I am 100% ready for the fall off. Just the same way I was ready for Everything Is a Lot when it comes to Wale, because I told y'all my big three consists of Kendrick, Cole, and Wale. I don't have Drake in my big three. That shit. So just as much as I was ready and willing to listen to the goddamn Everything Is a Lot album, which is arguably the best album of this, you know what I'm saying, this year and shit, or this past year, I am 100%. Y'all better be here live and in living color on February 6th. I will be live doing a reaction to J. Cole's The Fall Off album, which sounds like it might be a double disc too. You know what I'm saying? With the first track named Disc 2, Track 2. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like it might be a double disc on that album. Jadakiss also mentioned that it might be a mixtape coming earlier than the album. J. Cole's birthday is January 28th. A lot of people were speculating that we might get a mixtape called It's a Boy on that particular day. Jadakiss even said that J. Cole was rapping over some Locks beats like Money, Power, Respect and shit like that. So he, you know what I'm saying, he gave us a little bit of an insight on what's to come when it comes to J. Cole. I think that the narrative around J. Cole and the narrative that hip hop has built around J. Cole is really disingenuous. It's really corny. Holding a man to a standard that you wouldn't hold yourself to is wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't get to that. But when it comes to actual just me wanting to be a fan and listening to it, bro, there's not much that a person can say or do that's gonna stop me. And I'm gonna end this and let you go because the way I'm gonna end this is probably gonna be crazy. So I'm still a nigga that listen to R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a nigga that I can separate. I know people hate the fact that people can do this, but I can separate the art from the person. I do know how to do those things. Maybe because I'm a wrestling fan and I understand that these people how they act on TV is not who they are in real life and shit. But I do know how to understand and separate the two. So when it comes to J. Cole, I don't give a fuck about him personally. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that man personally. But when it comes to music, oh, I'm all 100% here for it. There's nothing that man can do unless he's making bad music that's going to make me, you know what I'm saying, make me stop listening to him for real. And shout out to Kendrick because I heard he's going to be dropping soon. So shout out to all. And look, bro, I don't know. Have you heard about the Iceman shit? Have you heard about Drake appealing the verdict that the judge had against dismissing the whole case that he had against UMG and a Not Like Us thing?
The fall off February 6th.
2626. February 6th, 2026. 26, if you guys don't know, is what they call Fayetteville, North Carolina. So I didn't even put two and two together when he said, like, when he first announced that he was releasing that shit on February 6th of 2026 and shit. But the fall off will be here February 6th. I will be doing a live reaction to the fall off on February 6th. I will be wearing our merch on February 6th. You know what I'm saying? You guys make sure y'all go to Smoking Buzz Network shop.fourthwall.com and y'all go look. I keep telling people just go there and browse. You might find something that you like. You might not see nothing that you don't like, but it's always new pieces coming every single day. So you're gonna see something eventually that you like. I promise you. I promise you. We're gonna have some more hats coming. We're gonna have all types of shit. For the summertime, we're gonna have some socks coming. You know what I'm saying? We got some dope ass shit coming, and hopefully, eventually, we could start doing little giveaways every now and again. You know what I'm saying? We could make sure that we're looking out for the people that look out for us. You know, before we go. I've been really investing in white people drama on Sons of Anarchy. extremely invested in these white people trauma and drama on Sons of Anarchy. I'm in season 3. If they don't get my boy Abel back, I'm going to Charmin, and we're gonna have some issues. You feel me? So I just want to make sure that all my Sons of Anarchy people, because I know y'all be coming through and showing mad love, yo. Mad love. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure that my Sons of Anarchy people know that I appreciate that shit. And this is another man right here that put me on the Sons of Anarchy. And I don't like the fact that these niggas really didn't warn me that I was going to be this invested in what's going on in these white people businesses and shit. I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna say this, Jay, and then we going. Motherfuck Gemma Teller. And then we also started watching The Godfather of Harlem on the channel too. So y'all go over there and check that shit out, man. I'm just trying to plug everything before I forget anything.
Yeah, for sure.
For real. We got some shit. We might be live on January 30th too. Just to let y'all know, we might be live on January 30th. We might be live from a special location on that particular day.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? We might have some shit that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just tune in January 30th, you know what I'm saying? Anytime between 1 and 6 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just tune in and you're gonna see some dope shit that's
on location.
On location. You feel me? You're gonna see some dope shit popping off with the Wake and Bake Network and the Smoking Buzz Network, the Wake and Bake Podcast. I promise you. You're gonna see me and bro both in the flesh. But y'all gonna see some more people and some dope ass events going on, man. I promise you. I don't want to give too much away and shit. So y'all just tune in January 30th for real. Bro, you got anything to say before we go?
The fall of February 6th, 2026.
Let's go. And with that being said, man, peace and love, and always remember, stay fried, my friends. We gone.